Okay guys, now we're going to put back together the lower half of the frame. What we'll start off with here is the magazine catch. So let's go ahead and get that. Alright, I'm going to put that back together. The kit did come with a different magazine spring here. It's a little bit shorter. Okay, it'll give you help you take out the magazine, maybe give you a little bit less resistance there. We'll try it out. Came with their kit. Give it a whirl. Okay. And the gun's already been cleaned and lubed, so I'm not going to go through that again. I'm going to put the spring and the little spring detent retaining pin back in there. And the way you want to have it is like this. So when you put it back into the frame of the gun, the little notch is what's going to catch inside, okay? Go ahead and put that in. Alright. Get that lined up with the frame. What I'm going to do is get my little flathead screwdriver. We're going to push in and push the magazine release in at the same time. Okay, that didn't work. Let's try again. I think I didn't have it rotated correctly. There we go. Go ahead and push it all the way in. I'm going to do a little function check with that. Here's your magazine. Comes out just fine. Okay. Next we're going to put back the hammer return spring. Here, and the hammer return spring little pin. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and slide that into the frame. And line up the hole. And I'm gonna use one of my tiny little punches to line it up. What I'm going to do is get the pin, put that in there. And use the punch to keep it indexed. Now that it's in, let's go ahead and finish it up. Nice and even. Okay. You can see it in there. Maybe. Okay. Next thing we're going to put is the hammer back. Go ahead and get your hammer and your hammer pin. Okay. So when you put the hammer back, like I said, there's this tiny, no, not tiny, but there's this cross pin going through there. What you want to do is make sure that cross pin gets hooked underneath the hammer return spring. Okay, go ahead and get that in there. You get your hammer pin, line up, go ahead and put that in. It goes in real easy. Okay, you know, right here you want to be careful. You don't want to push the hammer forward too far, because what happens is that hammer, the pin, the spring will slide off that pin, and you have to take it off again. So as of right now, just let it hang back there. Okay, next we're gonna put the sear, the ejector, the safety, and the sear spring, which we're gonna replace with the GrayGuns kit spring, back in. Okay, first thing you want to do, let's get this pin here. We're gonna go ahead and just start it on this left side here. Okay, start it so we can catch the ejector on both these pins. That's what we want to start right now, just so it's popping out through there. All right. And as you go, as you add more components, then you can push the pin more, push the pin through more. Let's go ahead and get the sear. Snake it in from the bottom here. Get that in. Alright. Get that started. There we go. You can see it there. The next thing you want to do is we're going to get the sear spring in there. Okay. Let's push this pin back a little bit, just so we can capture it. Okay, so you want to drop that in there. Right. Get this pin through it. Okay. Now that you have that, keep working it. Get it through the other side of the sear. Alright? And push it back just so you have a little bit of a gap there. Little tiny gap for the safety. Okay, so it's going to go in like this into the frame. You're just going to have to wiggle it in, find the way that it just sits in there. It will go in. Just takes a little bit of wiggling and you will find that hole. Okay? Once it's in, push the pin all the way through. You're going to notice that the pin is a little bit short and it doesn't sit flush on both sides. Just kind of get it even. And once you have tension on the spring, that pin really won't move anymore. Okay? So next thing you want to do here is let's get some... what I like to do is I lift up this here a little bit and then bring the hammer back to the resting position. Or what you can do first is let's put this sear spring back on. Go ahead and pull that down. Get that locked on there. Okay, so now the sear has tension, and what you can do is pull back on the hammer. We're coming up on 10 minutes here, so I'll be right back.